This Friday, I'm in the gym doing the hard work, just like RBG. So let's talk about cramming for the midterms and make 2 crisp summer spritzes. This week, our impactful donations focus on 3 Pennsylvania candidates, We're Cramming, and a nonprofit dedicated to inspiring suburban moms to get out and vote blue this November. First, let's support Pennsylvania candidate for U.S. Senate and Pennsylvania native John Fetterman. He's running against Dr. Oz from New Jersey. He's not from Pennsylvania. I can't really figure out what Dr. Oz is for or against, other than being for his own fame and wealth. But I do know that being a reality TV host does not qualify one to hold public office. We know how that story turns out. On the other hand, as a former mayor and the current lieutenant governor, John Fetterman's experience is exactly what Pennsylvania deserves, and with your help, he could flip this seat being vacated by a Republican. Second, with a 9-9 split for Pennsylvania's U.S. House seats, Pennsylvania District 1 candidate Ashley Ehas has a good chance of flipping her district seat with a little bit of help from people like us. Let's support this badass combat veteran who is fighting to protect reproductive rights at the federal level. And third, let's not forget the all-important governor's race between Democrat and current PA Attorney General Josh Shapiro and Trump co-conspirator Doug Mastriano. Here's what you need to know about Republican Doug Mastriano. 1. He was Donald Trump's point person for a fake elector scheme. 2. He paid thousands of dollars to a white supremacist website to recruit supporters. 3. He participated in the insurrection on January 6th. Josh Shapiro, on the other hand, has served as a state legislator, as a head of PA's 3rd largest county, and now as Attorney General. He knows how to bring people together and get things done. It's what he's done his entire career. Also, he's not an insurrectionist. So there's that. And finally, Red Wine and Blue, which is an amazing organization started a few years ago by a suburban mom from Ohio that sees the potential of personal connections and woman-to-woman networking to get all eligible voters to the polls in November. They are truly mobilizing the suburban troops. You can connect with them on their website or join their fierce Facebook group, Sweep, all caps, by Red Wine and Blue. Lots of women in this group are participating in the Postcards to Voters challenge that I talked about last week. Way to make a difference, ladies. Okay, so let's talk midterms real quick. I've been cramming some knowledge into my summer brain this week, and it's been harder than squeezing my had too much fun summer bod into my favorite pair of skinny jeans. Since the end of World War II, the President's Party has lost House seats in all but 2 midterms, 1998 and 2002. What the why, people? Grass is always greener? Once you've won, you take a break from the fight? Well, I did some research. All else being equal, the average voter from the party not in power is more likely to vote in a midterm election than the average voter from the presidential party. Anger is a powerful motivator, and while a Democrat may be in power with some major successes to boot, there's plenty to be angry about thanks to the Supreme Court and extremist Republicans taking away our human rights at a pretty fast rate. Typically, only 40% of all eligible voters participate in the midterm elections, and of those, the higher percentage is from the party not in power. Plus, the younger the voter, which tends to favor the Democratic Party, the lower the percentage of turnout. Why? Because younger voters tend to only care about voting in presidential elections, which is a huge mistake because state and local governments literally rule their and our lives. Again, the Supreme Court has made that abundantly clear. So let's make sure your young voters, our young voters, understand just how important the midterm elections are. During this midterm election year, all 435 seats in the House of Representatives and 35 of the 100 seats in the Senate will be up for grabs, as will the governor's seat in 36 of 50 states. How do voters of any age see these numbers and then decide not to exercise their right to vote? This I don't understand. But it leads me to civic responsibility challenge number 8. Have real conversations with your networks about the importance of voting in every election. Do they have a plan? Have they registered? Do the young voters in their circles have a plan for voting early, absentee, or in person? I've been asking my friends when I see them, and they've actually appreciated the reminder, especially for their college-bound voters who will continue to be too busy to figure out how to request an absentee ballot. Let's all help each other. It takes a nation, right? Now that my workout is done, I'm about to help myself to a few summer cocktails that are easy to make and easy to drink. You've been warned. Okay, so we're gonna do a summer spritz tasting. We're gonna start with the Aperol Spritz first. You can use a highball glass, or what I'm gonna do is use this fancy glass because, you know, it's the end of summer celebration, kids are going back to school. You're gonna need 2 ounces of Aperol, 1 ounce of Prosecco. Okay, and then you're gonna add 1 ounce of club soda. Okay, and then 1/2 ounce, which I've already measured out, of orange juice. Okay, we're gonna give it a stir. And to fill it with ice. All the way to the top, and then you are going to add, I mean this is optional, but add an orange wheel, or I did a wedge. You can either do it that way or stick part of it in, just having it come out the side. And that, my friends, is an Aperol Spritz. The Saint-Germain Spritz. Apparently I've been saying it's Saint Germain where it's Saint-Germain. So it is 1.5 ounces of Saint Germain or Saint-Germain. I guess we can be fancy and say Saint-Germain. And then 2 ounces of Prosecco. Okay. Okay, and then lastly, 2 ounces of club soda. 1, 2. Again, give it a stir. Fill your glass with ice. Teeny bit more on the top. Put it all the way up to the top. It's a summer spritz, so it's supposed to have a lot of ice. And then you just have a lemon twist. Tuck it in there. So this is the Saint-Germain Spritz. Okay, let's do a taste test. Aperol Spritz. Oh, that tastes like summer. And then the Saint-Germain Spritz. Well, I love Saint-Germain. The elderflower liqueur is just so luscious. They're both great. I wish you would be able to come over to my house tonight and have these cocktails, but you have them wherever you are, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I'm going to. Don't forget to Cheers to Change a small donation to one of our impactful donation suggestions. Pennsylvania candidates John Fetterman, Ashley Ehas, and Josh Shapiro, and Red Wine and Blue, or a cause or a candidate of your choice. Hey, if I can do these videos and host a happy hour every week, you all can make a small donation, right? Right? Next week, we'll be celebrating Women's Equality Day. and make what I'm calling the Ginny Tonic. Cheers.